This video is to try and help explain how we're going to go about trying to deliver some of our lessons using a screen recorder to help go through lesson content, instructions, tasks, etc. I want to try and help explain how we are setting up that process and how to get these videos available and some of the things that we think or I think might be useful in doing so. So the first thing is this the program itself. It's called OBS. So you want to go to this website here, obsproject.com. It's completely free. And it is a really, really useful program. It's used by all sorts of people who broadcast to YouTube or stream gaming and so on. You can get your Windows or your Mac version. So you can download that, go through the setup and the instructions as you go through. It's very straightforward. There's one or two tweaks you'll want to make if you are on a Mac. So when you've got it all set up, it will launch this program. And initially, this will be a black screen. And you need to input a source, so where they're actually going to get from. Now, when you press the plus button here, you want to add display capture, and that will show what is ever is on your screen, unless you are a Mac. If you're a Mac, it'll be black because it hasn't got permission yet. So you want to go down to System Preferences, to Security and Privacy, to where is it? Screen Recording, and you want to make sure that you've given it permission there. So once you've done that, it'll all then be active. Before you start, there you've got your display capture. It'll show you going through it. There's a couple of other things you'll want to do before you start recording videos. If you go to your preferences or the settings and go to output, make sure this is the recording format is MP4. You'll want to make sure that's saved as a video. Otherwise, the default is to a different video type, which is more suitable for streaming. This will be MP4. Also, put in whatever folder you want your video to be saved into. The last thing is that when it starts capturing from the screen, it will likely look something like this. It's only recording the top left-hand corner of the screen. So you'll want to fiddle around with this red box and just make sure it fills up the whole screen or whichever part of the screen you want it to show. So at this point, you can see it's just recording anything which is on the screen. So at this point, we could then go through our lessons. So here you can then narrate through whatever you want to explain. We've obviously got a lesson here on the creation of the Weimar Republic at the end of World War I. This is the start of our GCSE Weimar and Nazi Germany unit. You can talk through. Now, the reason I think that recording the screen is useful here is that whilst PowerPoint does have a record function, that will only obviously record you talking over slides, and there may well be times that you want to do something else. You might want to escape from the slide and at the same time show a video clip or something like that. So if there's any point that you want to talk over a GCSE pod or go through a video, you can watch a video together.
Where for the next couple of years, he watched as the revolutionary government began. The new Constitution of 1791 completely reduced his powers to that of a simple figurehead, a constitutional monarch.
You can, narrate over whatever videos you're trying to talk about. You could go through a particular website. You might have a Google Doc open where you might be making some notes, the sort of things you might ordinarily write on a board or things that come to mind. On a simple PowerPoint slide, all you're really doing is talking over it, which in many cases that might all be what you want. But I think this gives you a little bit more flexibility. So you're using the start and stop recording buttons down here. When you finish recording whatever it is you want to do, you press stop recording and your video will appear in the folder that you've mentioned. So here's my test one from earlier on. And at this point, you've obviously play it, but on the assumption you've got a working microphone, everything will come through absolutely fine. The next point then is how to get it to the students. So the way that we're going about it then is on a YouTube video, and the way to upload it is to go to your YouTube page, log in, and it would probably make a lot of sense to create a special account for this. We're going to be creating one for our humanities department, and then go to YouTube Studio. You can see I've not used it on this account before. So it creates your your ability to upload videos and so on, and you can see it here. So upload video, and then move in the file that you want to upload. So screen recording test, and it will gradually upload this and then process it. There's a couple of things you want to make sure you do whilst you are uploading this to make sure it's appropriate for the students and that you're kind of protecting yourself. So first of all, select this button which says yes, it's made for kids. You know, there's no age restriction or anything, but we are directing ours at under 18s. So that's obviously going to be an important thing to do. Secondly, don't worry about these. I mean, you can get a little bit more fancy with these eventually if you want, with adding specific content and things like that. But unlisted. You want to make sure that in my opinion, you want to make sure that you want to have this as an unlisted video. The only people who can then see this are the people that you send the link to. This won't be broadcast to anyone who's typing up things on YouTube. Random people can't find it. Only the people that you send this link to can see it. At that point, you can make sure that, for example, if you are, using another person's copyrighted material, such as a YouTube video or images or things like that, that might not get taken down for copyright. I think I might be wrong on that one, but that's my assumption. So save the video there. It uploads it. You've got it as directed for children, and then you'll click your video link here, and you can see my screen recording test is unlisted. And then the link you can put on a Google Classroom. You can email out to students and so on. So I hope this has been helpful. I mean, I'll happily answer any questions if anyone's got any, but this is an excellent program. Might require a little bit of setting up, especially if you're on a Mac, but otherwise it can record anything you want on that you're broadcasting, and hopefully this will be able to help students get good explanations and some overview of what they're doing whilst we're all waiting for the apocalypse. So thanks.